did somebody try to get Gigi to pay them off to make the story go away? A Gigi Hadid pot story is getting even crazier. Last week, it was July 10th, Gigi touched down onto the Cayman Islands from the United States in a private plane and was searched by customs and then arrested for having marijuana. Somebody in her team had marijuana on them. She was processed at the Royal Cayman Islands Detention Center, where she was arraigned for bail and later released pending prosecution of her case. She was fined $1,000, no big deal, but things get tricky from here. A source close to Gigi told TMZ that the weed discovered wasn't in her personal bag. It was found in a bag of one of the people she was traveling with. But because the plane was in her name, all of the contents were Gigi's responsibility. And the source also told TMZ that officials allegedly wanted to be paid off to make the whole thing go away, but Gigi refused. Like, no, this is like completely wrong. Instead, opting for the legal ramification. TMZ reports that Gigi does have a medical marijuana card, but those things aren't valid in the Cayman Islands. Now, the Cayman cops came back fighting, telling TMZ that the bribery allegations were categorically false, that there's no way that those happened. However, they did invite Gigi to make a formal complaint to their professional standard unit so they could independently review the case in order to determine if there is any evidence to support her allegations. So did somebody try to get Gigi to pay them off to make the story go away? Obviously, they don't know that there's like a weed store on every corner in California. We just don't care here. Let's talk about the writers and actors strike that has completely paralyzed the movie and television industry. It's a big deal. I know you hear writers strike, you think, does Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, and Brad Pitt not have enough money? But really, this is not about those guys. I mean, it kind of is. But this really is a fight for the little guys. But this really isn't about them. It's about the idea of possessing ourselves, our faces, the sound of our voice. One of the things that some of the studios wanted to do was have an extra come in, get paid one day for work, and then be able to own that person's image, their identity. So you could be sitting there eating popcorn on your couch 10 years from now and see yourself as a background actor in a movie that you are in no way, shape, or form associated with, and you're not getting paid for that. I mean, that is kind of crazy, right? And then you have people like Mandy Moore, a household name on a huge show, This Is Us. She was talking to media while on the picket line and explained that while on This Is Us, she did not get those royalties that you would expect from a huge show like that when it moved to Netflix or Peacock or some of these streaming services. I think she said she got about 80 cents change for those royalties. Then you saw Kimiko Glenn from Orange is the New Black, post her royalties, her foreign royalties on TikTok. I believe it was approximately $27. But, actors are just saying, we've got to upgrade. We've got to change these rules. The streaming services, there are different. We've evolved as an industry. We need to change and evolve our rules to match what's happening. It's not fair. So they just want to make sure that they are rewarded in the same way they would have been 10, 20 years ago. But I do hear the arguments like, if somebody serves me a hamburger, should they be paid for it 10 years later? I understand that argument as well. This is just how the industry has worked. Actors are saying it's impossible to be an actor and only an actor with the way that things are working today. You have to have a side hustle, and maybe that's okay because I've got like 3 or 4 or 10, who knows?